How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and today we are going to be taking a look at Torchlight Infinite. This is a game that is on mobile, but will also be releasing on PC at the exact same time, but currently the closed beta test is mobile only, so I'm playing it here on my iPhone. I'm a little bit new to mobile streaming, so excuse my poor quality while I figure out all the settings and how to pull this thing off. But we'll go ahead and jump right into this and get into some gameplay. After that, I'm going to go through all of the menus, show you the in-game shop, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. If you're not familiar with the Torchlight franchise, it's essentially like Diablo. Torchlight 2 was pretty successful, I would say. It was a very strong game. I played it quite a lot, and I had a great time with it. I had a blast, actually, and this game is definitely pretty cool. So let's go ahead and dive in and check. So first, we're going to go to our little waypoint here and continue on this story mission where we were. So everything's pretty intuitive in terms of the buttons on the phone. The quality actually looks a lot better, probably even more than this quality does on my phone at least, and the controls feel very good. Like, I don't feel like it's hard to maneuver or hard to accurately do something, so it definitely has a nice sort of feel to it there. So we'll go ahead and dive in, and I did pick this character that's sort of like a frost and fire mage, I think it is. So I have access to 2 different skills for frost and fire, and I think I'm supposed to build them up in tandem or something, and they do some damage and whatnot. But as you can see, it's a, kind of your action RPG type deal. Kill monsters, level up, get talents, and then you can do different things like find rare items, just like Diablo style thing. So I'm a big fan of these type of games because as a kid growing up, I'm sure with most people, probably played like Diablo 2. That was definitely a big pastime of mine. I remember playing a lot of that in like middle school, high school, stuff like that. So that was definitely a good go-to for me. But it seems interesting so far. Like, the controls are nice, like I said. You can see all these buttons here. Even on the phone, I'm having a pretty easy time handling these buttons, so it doesn't feel like it's particularly hard. The phone, maybe it's the phone is good or the controls are good on it, but it's very accurate, it seems. So that was probably my biggest fear going into a game that would be like on mobile. Would be like, how is this going to work, differently from what I'm used to on like a mouse and a keyboard or a controller or something like that. And that is something that is not an issue here, so that seems to be pretty nice. As you can see, I'm picking up different loots, and it looks like I'm solving some sort of triangular puzzle here, so I'm going to find this last piece. But there's definitely a good loot quality here. Like, the loots have intuitive stats that make sense. There's actually a lot of room for customization for characters too, so that's something that's really nice. Like, once I show you this talent and node selection thing, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is this Path of Exile? It looks like that sort of spider web of like talents and everything. That's kind of the same deal here, so it's definitely leaves a lot of room for you to make your own unique build. I actually think that it's going to be really hard to make 2 builds that are pretty much identical. I think there are so many options because from what I've seen so far, I pick a class and then there's like 4 to 5 different ways to play that class. Then there is like talent trees that you can pick, so you can pick between talent trees, and there seem to be like 6 or 7 talent trees that I could choose from, so that's a lot of variance right there. And then they have that sort of spiderweb talent tree that I was talking about, like Path of Exile, where you pick nodes. It's like, oh, this one gives a little bit of speed or a little bit of intelligence or something like that, and it just keeps increasing, and you get to big nodes that actually do something more impactful. They have this thing too, so like you have a couple different avenues in which you can choose from there, so your customization for your actual character is pretty much limitless. I would be very surprised to see like 2 people with the exact same build on this. It would actually just blow my mind because there's just so much variance for different things. Let's see. We are trying to make it up to, what is that? Back to the beginning. Okay, I'm trying to get a little sidetracked here, killing these monsters, collecting cool loots. You know how it is. But we'll move up towards the objective here so we can kind of see a little bit of this story mode gameplay. I've gotten decently far, not too far. The beta just came out like yesterday, so level 15. I'm sure there's probably some people that have higher that have been playing it all day, you know, constantly. But you know, we're getting there. We're cruising through it. It's definitely been really fun. I've been playing this in between like Tower of Fantasy and some other games currently, so definitely a lot to do and to check out. But I wanted to make this video to just kind of show you gameplay, what was going on, how it felt, and then also just take a look at a lot of the avenues of different things that you can do here. Oh, looks like we got a boss guy here. Does he have mechanics? He does. But he's shooting out little seeds or something. Oh, monsters. Okay, little monsters. What is that? Back the damage. Got a lot of buttons to press. I feel like I'm mashing buttons constantly. Just like, oh shoot. Oh, this guy is, he's actually got some moves going on here. More minion waves, always nice to see. But yeah, I've had a good time with these bosses. They seem to each have their own like little mechanic and things you have to dodge, so you have to be a little bit more aware that, hey, I just spammed my buttons. I know most ARPGs are kind of like that. Oh, it looks like they're trying to reach him. If they reach him, it looks like he's reviving or something. Okay, let's stop that from happening. I'm taking a lot of damage. Oh no, he's gonna kill me. I don't want to die. Potion. Alright, I think I got him now. Oh no, one more wave of monsters. Okay. Alright, let's see you. I guess the goal is to not let the monsters reach him. That seems to be pretty good. But yeah, I definitely think that this game has some potential so far. So this is going to be like sort of my first impressions, just a little sneak peek of what's going on. I'll continue to play it obviously and test everything out just to make sure everything's looking really solid. But I've seen a lot of good and promising things from this, and coming from someone who's played Torchlight 2, it's definitely you know, something that I would have a lot of fun playing. I'm actually really interested to see how this plays on the PC as well. I think that would be interesting to take a look at. Alright, I think we're gonna kill this guy here. Nope, he's taking 0 damage. Okay, he's gonna cutscene me to death. Alright. Oh, he's a crystal. Oh, second form. Alright, okay. I did not think this guy was gonna be this intense. And I'm dead. Okay. Well, hopefully I can revive here. Let's see, go back into the boss room. Okay, so it's definitely easy to die apparently to this guy. Hopefully he's the same health. Okay, he is, so I gotta continue on from this point. Let me try to focus up and not be a noob here and die. So the mechanics you actually have to pay attention to. You can't just face tank, so here I need to probably run before I just die to that mechanic again. Fool me once, okay, but you're not getting me a second time, buddy. Oh, there's so much stuff going on here. Spinning blades and everything. Need my fire damage to come through for me here. Oh! Alright, we're just gonna spam die and eventually kill this boss. We'll see how it goes. Alright, maybe I need to be a lot more cautious. Teleport over there? Yeah. I went all in DPS on the mage here, so maybe not the best decision. We'll see. Might have to consider some of those defensive stats. Looks like he's getting a little bit lower though. Okay, looks like he's phasing over. Does he have a third phase? Oh my gosh. Imagine phase 3. No, he's channeling a light beam. Oh, this is like NPC or something. Maybe I gotta protect this guy. I think I can protect him from the spinning blades though, so hopefully this will kill him. Yes, channel. He's getting closer to dying here. I hope. I really need him to die soon. Okay. There we go. This is it. Oh, please give me all the loot. Does he have a phase 3? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, no way. Oh, okay. Interesting looking character. Yeah, they have some good cutscenes and story behind this. I don't want to reveal too much, but there's definitely a little plot going on, and it's pretty nice. Oh look, there's my character on the right. It's not too bad. I'm just kind of blown away for how well done this is for a phone game. Like, I'm very new to phone games. I haven't played a lot, so I don't know if this is like the standard for everything, or if this is just a particular outstanding one. It also makes me pretty excited to see how Diablo Immortal, I know as bad hype as that had around it, you know, I want to see how it turns out. Definitely could be like a little bit better on their marketing side, but we'll see how that goes. So it looks like our main hero here is trying to fight back some sort of dark entity. Let's just see. So far, this game really reminds me of like how Diablo felt, and maybe even Diablo 3. But there's a lot of updated like customizations, and I did see some options for like hero ranking. So it looks like they have some sort of a ladder that you can climb and ascend and kind of go through. So that definitely is something that appeals to me. I'm always a big fan of ladders. Like whenever I see one, I have to climb it. My girlfriend always makes fun of me for that one, but I have to ascend like all these sort of challenges that are ahead. You know, you got to keep going until you're number 1 type deal. This is actually a pretty epic cutscene. It's very cool. Okay, and then that's the end of it. It looks like we got bunch of loot here. So I do like these purple items so far is what I've been getting mostly. I got something else. So I guess this is probably a good time to go ahead and look through like some of the menus and different things like that. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll do this as the last part of this sort of thing. So we'll open up this here, and as you can see, this is sort of the bag interface. You get items, and you'll be able to go ahead and like identify them. It doesn't cost anything from what I've seen, and they have different stats. As you can see, you can mix some sort of combination, like for the caster is like staff or some sort of wand, and a wand plus a shield if you want to. There's even like swords, so different types of things. And it looks like I got a legendary item, so that's gonna be really nice. It's got so many stats. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on right now because it definitely looks really nice. So good to finally get a legendary item, so that's awesome. So there are those. So it looks like they have different sets and details, so it's going to be very much like Diablo in that sense, so you can find some rare things. But that's going to be that section there. There's also a section for like talents and skills, as well as some sort of dust that you can trade in your trash equipment for, that's going to be used to craft. So it looks like they do have some sort of crafting system. There's also a lot of detailed stats here. As you can see, you can look at all your spell damage or your individual skill damage, what your DPS is, your dodge chance, all that statistics. So if you like doing math things like that, that's going to be something that's going to be really appealing for you. And then here we have this sort of skill system, so it's going to pertain to each of the buttons, and each of the skills can get like a sort of addition, so you can add it on. So like I can add on the multiple projectiles ability to my fireball, so that's going to let me shoot 3 fireballs like I've been shooting. And then as you progress, it looks like more unlocks, so you can kind of upgrade each sort of things. You also get passive skills, which just stick on you like passive buffs, so that's always something nice to see. And then here is the talent system. As you can see, it's got a pretty big tree, and this is one tree out of like the 6 that it allows me to choose from. I have like all my talents here, so you can get like critical strike rating or spell damage, cast speed, all kinds of different cool stuff. And I'll go ahead and there's also like main talents at the top, so you can choose like a special effect. So if you want to specialize in frost or fire or just spell damage in general, you can aim for sort of those things. So I'll go ahead and reselect this just to show you that initial screen. So you can respec for free up to a certain level, it looks like, and then it will cost you some sort of I don't know, currency that you earn. But these are the different trees that it allows me to pick. So it looks like more unlock in the higher levels as well. So you can have a very diverse talent build. So just because I picked the sorceress or the mage or whatever that may be, that doesn't mean I have to lock myself into that sort of thing. I could pick you know, a build that does focus more on fire, or one that focuses on some sort of melee hybrid or ranged hybrid, or even just actual spell damage, and I can just go full mage, whatever I want to go into. That is something I can choose if I want, so it's very cool to see that. And if I go over here, like we'll just activate this, you can see a whole new set of talents that I can go through and build through. And this one has like health regeneration, so it's probably a more tanky one, maybe a bit of fire damage and ignite damage. So it's definitely a lot of build variance, which I think is a great part about this game. Then we'll go ahead and dive into the next section, which is going to be the hero trait. So the hero that I picked is this sort of fire and ice mage, and it has this base ability that buffs your damage based on which spells you cast. And then at level 15, I unlock some sort of fusion form where I mix them both together and get some buff for both of them, which was really cool to see. And it looks like a lot of other stuff unlocks further into the game, so that's another way to vary your build from other people. And then we have this Pact System. This kind of reminds me of like Path of Exile a little bit. You can pick little damage nodes, or like this one gives movement speed. You get more movement speed here, and then you can select bigger talents later on to give like large bonuses to damage or some sort of special thing on there. So that's something additional to add on to that. So again, the theme being a lot of customization for your character, definitely a lot. We'll take a look at the shop now. It looks like this blue currency is something that you earn within the game. So you can unlock things like tabs, extra tabs for your bank space or your bag space if you want to do that. And then there are these sort of like crystal things, so it looks like you get 10 random items, so it could be like a legendary, so you could use them to purchase in some sort of like gacha system, I guess. But this is all again in-game currency that you earn, so this is something that like once you reach milestones with achievements, which we'll take a look at, you can purchase some of these things. And then of course they have outfits for real currency. If you want to spend some, you can do so to get a weapon skin or a hero skin or whatever it is you may want to do. And then there's also different special effects you can add on to your abilities for the shop currency as well. So now we'll go into the next tab. I don't know what boon is because I haven't unlocked that yet, but it definitely seems like it could be something interesting. But then we have this merit section, which has two things. It's going to be an achievement sort of category. So you will claim these, and then that's that currency that you spend in the store. So you'll go ahead and be able to get stuff from there. So here I could just select and claim those for completing different achievements. And there's different categories, like there's crafting and finding stuff and killing monsters, traveling the map, walking distance, all kinds of things. And then we also have a path of progression thing, which is like sort of a reward tier system for basically just doing various things. Like here I found a legendary item, so I get 20 currency for the store. Okay, great. And then once you reach certain tiers down at the bottom, you can get large chunks of bonuses. So that continues upwards once you unlock different things. So now we'll move into the next section here. And it looks like we do have this sort of hero ranking that I was talking about before. As you can see, there's several people that seem to be a little bit higher level than me. They've been playing quite a bit, but you can check their builds and what they're using and all kinds of cool stuff from there. I guess it's just going to count for level and what you've cleared, and so you can see their gear and their talents, so that way you can kind of get a good idea for how to build your character, or a different way to build your character if you wanted to do something like that. Then we also have this sort of information setting thing, like you could do learn about anything within the game. So that's just like a basic functionality. Most games have that, and then have like intelligence on like monsters and things like that if you want to learn what a monster is weak to. But that's pretty much going to be it for the most part. They do have this sort of like outfit system where you can change your outfit and accessories and kind of customize everything. So if you're big into cosmetics, that's something you could do. You can even get like effects and like dances and different various things that you want to unlock. But that's pretty much going to be it. So far, this game is pretty solid. I've definitely been having a great time playing it. It's really strong for a mobile game too, so like if you want to do this on the go, it's fantastic. It's also a PC game, so you could play it on your PC, then on your mobile if you need to go somewhere and do something like that. So it's definitely been interesting. I don't see any sort of pay to win so far. That's a big thing that I look for in games. I make sure there's no pay to win. Hopefully there's not, but so far I don't see anything like that. It just seems to be kind of like RNG and lottery and sort of this like ARPG style Diablo game, which is always nice to see. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. We'll have some more gameplay and different reviews for this game coming into the future. Probably we'll also have some Tower Fantasy videos, and I know New World is creeping up with its 3vs3 arena, so we'll be checking that one out as soon as it comes out. And that's pretty much going to be it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button if you have not already. We have a Discord and social medias in the description link, and we will catch you in the next video.